Welcome to the Master event at the TU Delft. I'm Jorik van Adrichem. I'm the daily Master Coordinator for Biomedical Engineering, short for BME. And I'm going to give you a presentation about our Master studies. Before I start, I just want to get to know you a little bit. Who is already a student at the TU Delft? Who are not students at the TU Delft? All right. Are there any international students? Yeah, all right. Perfect, good to know. Biomedical engineering. The aim of our program is we are a multidisciplinary program aiming to provide you with an understanding of biology, medical theory, and a highly specialized technical training in such fields as physics, electrical engineering, electrical, material, and mechanical engineering. We're moving forward. We're developing. There are continuously a revolution in technology, in which we have to respond to drastically changing in society that quickly changes our lives, work, and economy. In the Netherlands, we have quite a healthcare challenge. In a few years, we have the factor of aging, in which we need technology to sustain the level of our healthcare system. So therefore is our master program. On a scale from engineering to medicine, to give you quite a few insights on where our master is. On engineering side, you have masters like physics and mathematics, clinical physicist, biomedical sciences. More to the medicine side, we have technical medicine, nuclear medicine, neuropsychology, and right in the middle, we have BME. Our BME program is a little bit more to engineering in comparison with the BME programs at Twente, Eindhoven, and Groningen, because we think the technology is more advanced in our university. Besides BME, there's also BMD, which is a track of mechanical engineering. Biomechanical design. Don't know if anybody is going to that presentation later this evening. We have quite some differences, but also a lot of overlap. The BMD is more mechanical engineering, is more design-based, and BME is more clinical focused. Within our program, we have a collaboration between three faculties: the mechanical engineering faculty, the applied sciences faculty, and the electrical engineering, mathematics, and computer science faculty. And throughout our program, we have a lot of collaborations with hospitals in the Netherlands, but also internationally. To become a biomedical engineer, to follow our program, we have within our program 3 tracks. Track 1 is the neuromusculoskeletal biomechanics track. Track 2 is the medical device track, and track 3 is the medical physics track. Each track is focused on one of the 3 faculties within our program. I'm going to tell you all about it. The neuromusculoskeletal biomechanics track. This track focuses on the study of human muscle, skeleton, and nerve system as a technical control system to mainly maintain, enhance, support human physical activity. Such for the neuromusculoskeletal system enables physical activity. Focus areas in this track are neuromechanics and motor control, biomechatronics, tissue biomechanics, and sports engineering. This is a very much simplified closed-loop control flowchart of a motor control system. Our brain is the processor. that controls our muscles, while nerves measure the pose and speed of motion of our muscles. But also when they want to touch something, like it's hot or sometimes cold or painful. By perpetrating people with robot arm and measuring how they respond, we can identify how each part of our control system works. And that way we can see also sometimes when something is broken or maybe ways to repair it. Within this track there's also the sports engineering group, which focus on the performance of humans to improve them constantly, but also to improve rehabilitation techniques beside of injuries or stuff like that. The medical physics track. This track is creating the best tools for healthcare and forensics and making them available for all. Within this track, it's design, manufacturing and testing of advanced medical devices, maximum functionality and minimum invasiveness, and the focus is on low and middle income countries to make them available for all. Focus areas are medical instruments, biomaterials and 3D printed implants, bioelectronics and bioelectricity, prosthesis and orthotics, and the forensic biomechanical engineering. This is, for instance, a tiny steerable needle which can be used during surgery. Because of its mechanisms, it's steerable in 360 degrees to improve surgery in very small parts of the human body. Within this track, there's also a lot of 3D printing. In this short clip, you can see 3D printed metal and devices for prosthetics. There's also within this track a lot of smart medical sensors, which will be improving our medical devices by making them better, cheaper, and sustainable. But also, within this track, we are focusing on smart but simple prosthesis for low and middle income countries. The medical physics track, pushing the boundaries of imaging and techniques for better diagnosis and treatment. Focus areas are medical imaging and radiotherapy. And graduating within this track also gives you access to post-academic education as a clinical physicist. Within this track we use a lot of imaging, so to see how the brain is working inside our body, but also to make 3D MRIs within the body to see how bones and nerves are made. And these we're doing on the most tiny scale possible. Within this track we have a lot of collaboration also with our Holland PTC. It's a proton center here in Delft on our campus, which helps by treating cancer patients, which there's a lot of collaboration with it. In our program, we are in a 2-year program. In our first year, we're only following courses. This can be theoretical courses, project courses, and in the second year you will be doing an internship or maybe extra courses, but you're already looking forward to the graduation with the literature and the master thesis. Within every track, we have some track specific courses. Overall, for the BME program, we have program obligatory courses, we have program obligatory electives, we have track obligatory courses, and we track obligatory electives. And then within each block, you can make some choices on the courses you want to follow that make you unique in the way you want to be as a BME engineer. And then at the end, you have about 10 ECTS for 3 electives, which can make your program more unique. If you would like to get more information about the program, you can always look up the study guide. Within the study guide, you can see the same blocks, like I mentioned in the previous slide. And by clicking on it, you can get more detailed information about each course, about the expected prior knowledge, about the assessment, and about the learning goals, to get a more clear view about what our program is about. Getting your information. If you haven't looked at our website, please do. A lot of information can be found over here, like the program itself, what kind of research we're doing, but also career opportunities and how to get admission. So if you haven't looked at it, please do. There's also an opportunity to chat with one of our students via the website. So if you have questions which will later on in the future, you can always ask them there. What kind of graduation projects could you do if you can become a BME student? Why would we measure this? Why would we be shaking a baby? Does anybody has an idea? Yeah. Oops. Can we wait for this now? Yeah. Daar. Huh? Ja, daar.
That way it's possible to see what the weak points are in the baby, and maybe you can make some devices to make them less weak. So, especially in early development of a baby, of course, the head is a very weak point and the neck is a weak point. So
yeah, this particular graduation project was especially for severe head injury with babies. By measuring this data and collecting this data, there's a way to see if a baby has been shaken on purpose or just had bumped her head or anything like that. So by collecting this data, we can now see if the police we can help the police by solving some kind of investigation on perhaps injuries with babies or even deaths with babies. Another graduation project. Why would we want to measure this? Does anybody have an idea?
I think what is tested here is the human reflexes on this kind of impulse.
Yes. What difference could we measure by doing this research? Do you have an idea?
I wouldn't know. No. What difference could it make?
It's especially to see, by making it visible in 3D, to see the reflexes of a person, to see if they jumped off something or they have been pushed off something, which can be a big difference in also, for example, a police investigation. Another project between 70 and 90 patients needs to get an infuse. For this, there's an accurate infuse needed. There are the three main methods: a gravity infusion, but there's also some automatically infusions. One of our students developed a design concepts to evaluating them by using experiments and simulations to see what kind of combination is best for a new design and its advance to control flow drop. There's also a prototype being made during this graduation project, which even is on the market today. And if you can see on this chart, it's quite accurate in comparison with the other options. Admission to a BME for non-Dutch bachelor students. There's admission from those four programs. For Dutch bachelors, you can see on our website we have a matrix. For our bridging program, it's quite a lot of information in here, but you can see if you need to do a bridging program or you're eligible directly, and even which courses you need to follow if you needed to do a bridging program. If you become a BME student, last year we had 49 students enrolling from 15 different countries, from all over the world. Within our program we have a study association, it's Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, and they organize all kinds of study-related activities, such as speakers, company and fair visits, workshops, study trips, but also drinks and end-of-year barbecue, and also educational affairs. Being a biomedical engineer, science is not just another opinion. You are new engineers, new scientists. Society needs to be able to trust you, and therefore it's needed to be a reflective engineer, which will be also within our program. In our program, we hope to be how to become a reflective engineer by multidisciplinary teams, by reflecting and goal setting and feedback. Want to be a BME? Know the field, know yourself, check if you're eligible for admission, check if you meet the entry level for our BME obligatory courses, choose a track and go for it. Are there any questions at the moment? Yeah? Yeah. Oh. We have to wait for the microphone.
Hi, I'm from Germany and I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering.
Yes.
So I do need to do the application and there are a lot of documents I need. And on the website they were written down that you need 75% of the score maximum. But what does it mean? So is the score maximum of my university,
yeah.
Or is it is it then the negative maximum? So is it the 4.0 or is it the 1.0? Do you know what I mean? Because
yeah. I know
otherwise I'm not in the 75% and I'm not sure if I can apply then.
No, you need to be at the top 75% of your scores of your university.
Okay,
Yeah.
Get it. And I got another question. 1 second. if I do graduate, do I have then the Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. When you graduate, you will become you have a Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering.
Okay,
And
great.
that will be your official title.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good.
I have another question for the admission requirement, because I'm studying at a Dutch university, but it is a university college degree, which means that it's open curriculum. How do you assess then the application based on the courses I'm taking?
Okay, can you repeat it?
I am from a Dutch university,
Yeah.
Maastricht University, Master Science program, which is open curriculum, and I'm mainly focusing on physics.
Yeah.
So I have basically all physics courses. To look at the application,
Yeah.
how do I do? Do I consider myself as a physics student? Because there is no university college there, but
Yeah. But it's a Dutch university, right?
it's in Dutch university,
Yeah.
yes, at Maastricht.
Which
Maastricht.
Maastricht? Yeah. Then you have to. Then you need to. Come on.
Look at that one
Yes.
as if it were physics.
Yes.
I guess.
And
okay.
if you're one of the physics, if it's physics from Maastricht, then it should be okay.
It's not really physics, but do you know how university colleges work? You choose all your classes from,
Yeah.
so
But then, yeah,
don't
then
choose
you
a
have
track.
to. Then you have to just submit your application, and then it would be assessed individually.
okay.
Yep.
Thank you for your presentation. I was wondering, what level of medical or biology knowledge is expected for this master? Because I study applied physics, and that's no biology or medical courses that we have.
Yeah, it depends on the courses you want to follow and which track you want to do. For instance, the medical devices track has less biology in it than the neuromusculoskeletal biomechanics track. So that depends on what you want to do. But you can see in our study guide for each course what the entry level is. But when you're admittable for the program, you should be able to follow all the tracks. But it might happen that you need to do some self-studying, which can be done. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're four. Oh, yeah.
What exactly is the difference between biomechanical and biomedical engineering?
The biomechanical design from mechanical engineering, right? Yeah. The most difference between those two is that BMD one is more mechanical and is not particularly focused only on bio, and we're more clinical focused. So we're much more into biology and biomechanical.
I also have a different question. Normally when you do a project, you work in a group. What exactly is the purpose of the biomedical engineer in a group? Because if you're, I assume it's less specialized than other.
In our program, we have some project courses, and within those courses, you're working together on a problem, and you're going to fix that problem with each other for the course. And within those courses, you're working together in a project group to learn from each other, but also to come with good ideas to improve science and technology within our field.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question about like the pre-master, because I would have to do a pre-master to do this master.
Yeah.
But someone else told me that it's also possible to, during the pre-master, follow courses of the master to do it faster. Is this true, or how does that work?
No, not anymore. During COVID, it was an option, but now you first have to finish your bridging program or your bachelor program to start with our master. But when you're doing the bridging program, after you finalize that program, you can just start with our master. here. Oh.
Is there a maximum amount of or a number of students that can apply?
No, we don't have a number as fixes.
Thank you.
What's a common job or job field that biomedical students end up in?
What kind of job opportunities for our BME students? It depends in what you're interested in. We see a lot of our students going into industry, going to research companies or R&D, but also going to consultancy firms. And we also see a lot of students who after their masters will be continuing their educational program with a PhD.
How high is the percentage of people that succeed that are from HBO or doing the bridging program?
Ooh, good question. How many HBO students are in the bridging program? I'm not really sure of the amount, but it also depends on each year, because each year we don't have really the same number of disciplines coming into our bridging program. But I would say around 20%, something like that. 10, 20%, something like that. Yeah. Here in the front, one more question, or two more questions, sorry.
Thank you for the presentation. And so I study biomedical engineering in Groningen, and there was, I forgot the name of the website, Venkel something, that tells you if you can be immediately admitted or you need to do some. So for me, it shows for this course I can be immediately admitted, but when I was checking, as you mentioned also from the other question, that there should be a 75% grade of the maximum. Does that also apply for the
No, that's only for international applicants.
Okay,
so if you're doing your bachelor in Groningen, then you're a Dutch bachelor student. So then just BME will be sufficient to enroll.
So does that mean when I get my diploma, I'm basically done with the requirements?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have all of your lectures here in Delft, or do you also have some courses in Leiden or Den Haag?
No, all our courses are in in Delft. For your free electives, you could also choose to do some courses at another university, or even on campus with another faculty. But all courses are from Delft. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if there aren't any, oh, yeah.
So I was wondering if it's also possible to like start your master in February, so half past year.
That is only possible if you finished your bachelor studies in February, or you have finalized your bridging program in February.
Okay, and is it like you recommend like doing it from the start, or does it matter? Or
it's starting in February is I have to say it different. Our program is set up to start in September. So the first 2 quarters are also some courses which will be laying the foundation for other courses or other electives. Starting in February is possible, but it can be difficulter to follow, because you have to start right in the middle of our program. But it is possible, but the experience says it's a little bit harder.
okay, thank you.
one at the back. Right.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I can see on the website here that you guys have a bioelectronics research group, and it says here that they participate in the MSc Biomedical Devices program and also the Biomedical Engineering program. What would you say is the difference between the Masters for Biomedical Devices and BME?
For the, you mean the track medical devices within our program?
Yeah, no, I can see on your website here that on TU Delft, not your website, that it says that there is an MSc Biomedical Devices program and an MSc Biomedical Engineering program. Are they two different programs, or?
Yeah, there is another program within the applied physics faculty, which has a small amount of medical devices in it. But if you compare it with our program, we're a little bit bigger. We're bigger in form than that other program, because also we have a more collaboration with the EV faculty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just wanted to know if they're two different programs or not. So they are?
Yeah, yeah, but it's a little specialization in the applied physics field.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Then, if there aren't any questions left, if you might have some questions, come see me. I'm also down in the lobby next to, and we have also some students which you can ask all your questions. I want to thank you for your attention. And,